Hi, everybody. This is Jeff Fry from Talent Path, and I get the privilege today to interview one of our consultants who has been through the entire program from I don't know what Talent Path is to hired on by an employer and past us. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Same old, just living the dream. How about you?
We are, I'm doing well. So thanks for doing this with me. I really appreciate it. I'd love to have folks get to know you a little bit more and you tell a little bit about your journey through the process of what is Talent Path and how you got there. But why don't we start off with you giving a little bit of an introduction? You know, where'd you come from? Education, background, pre-Talent Path. What did that look like for you?
Sure. So before I came out to Talent Path, I was studying at University of Houston. I received a degree in computer information systems, and after that, I went on a different path than I would say most Talent Path cohorts or consultants. I became a contractor for 1 year, twice actually. One was at NRG for 6 months, and the other was at TransCanada. So while I was a contractor there, I learned, hey, I want a full-time job because when you're a contractor, you can just get let go like that. At TransCanada, they hired me. They said, "Hey, congrats, we're gonna extend your contract another 3 months." And then probably 1 month later in November, right before Thanksgiving, I got let go, and I was just like, "Man, I can't do this anymore. This is just too stressful." I'm applying, can't find anything, and then Talent Path arrives, and I contemplated, should I do this? Should I not? Weighed out the pros and the cons. Of course, I tried to find other jobs. To be honest, I didn't want to do Talent Path, but it is what it is, and everything is history. I'm working at Cisco now, and I'm a functional security analyst, and I would never have thought I'd be here in this position.
Yeah. So tell me, what was the space between your degree and finding Talent Path? It was about 2 years or so?
About a year and a half, I would say.
Okay,
yeah,
year and a half.
2 years.
Yeah. So out of that, doing work in companies that is, you know, that the legit companies, we place people in those companies, right? And doing work in there, but as a contractor, not being wanted to hire on full time as well. Okay, so you mentioned you're now where you're at. You mentioned what you're up to. Give us a day in the life of Ben now. What does that look like? What are you doing now?
Sure. So I don't know how I ended up in this position, but I am one of 3 people in charge of Workday security across the whole United States. It's just only us 3 where we are in charge of security of Workday. If you want certain access to compensation, recruiting, I can't just be like, hey, yeah, let me give you compensation. Now you can view everybody's compensation pay. So that's my job, is to put a clamp on everything so that everything is secured. I get requests every day. There's sometimes errors or security issues in Workday where someone's like, I can't log into my account. I can't view this report. So I have to look in and see the security side of basically the back end of it.
Sure. So you've got 2 other people that are peers that work with you. Yeah.
Yes, one a little above me, and the other one we're on the same level.
Okay. Do you have much interaction with them?
We work together every day because it's only us 3 in charge of basically all the United States. It's constant, man. It's like constant requests from us.
And when you say all the United States, how big is that? How many employees is that? Do you know? I mean,
I think, well, last I saw was about 50,000 people. So in January, we just implemented Workday to make it go live. Basically, it was like we had to work maybe 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thankfully, we got coffee, breakfast, lunch, and dinner to make it go live, but we had to get everybody's account working because they want to move from SAP and I can't remember the second success factors. They want to move everybody on over to Workday so that Workday can take over for everything. So right now it's about over 40 to 50,000 people.
So you have an important job, basically.
Pretty important.
Yeah, that's what you're telling me. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So you said what you were doing ahead of time. You said what you're doing now. Tell me a little bit about the in-between journey. You know, you heard about Talent Path. You had that experience. You're now hired on past Talent Path. at Cisco doing this important job. Give me what the journey was like in between. You know, what happened? What were
Sure.
you up to?
So as I stated earlier, I was a business analyst as a contractor. So whenever I went on to Talent Path as a business analyst, my first thought is, why am I taking a pay cut to come here?
Sure.
And I already know how to be a BA, right? But with my thought process, I was just like, you know what? You can always learn. There's always more things to learn. So after I accepted the roles to become the first cohort at Talent Path, I did learn a lot as a BA, how to gather, ask better questions. Basically, is what my main role is right now. I have to keep asking questions because these clients, well, not clients, these associates are asking me for security access. They're like, hey, I need this, I need that. And I'm like, no, you don't need it anymore. I have to dig in. That's basically like the main thing I took away from Talent Path. Just keep asking questions, even if it seems like you're coming off rude, but you're not. You're getting to the meat of everything.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah. So you're showing value. So given that you learned those things and you went through that model, you mentioned you took a pay cut to get to Talent Path, to get to that education and training. Did that last? Are we doing better now in pay than we were pre-Talent Path?
Can you rephrase that one more? Say that one more time.
So your pay that you've got, you know, given the fact that you took a pay cut to come to Talent Path,
yep.
And now you're hired on by an employer. Are you doing better in pay than you were?
Oh yeah, I'm doing better in pay. I'm in a hot commodity. I'm learning that through Workday. That is like the thing right now in the technology world. My LinkedIn blows up. I'm not even lying right now. I get called once, twice a week at least over Workday, because that's like everybody's implementing it now. Now I can't say that for my other other associates in my cohort, but I can say for myself, because I'm in Workday and it's a niche program.
Sure.
Yeah, I could say I'm getting paid more, and I'm excited for my future because I know what it's going to hold for me.
Yeah, you are definitely in. I mean, we talk about how we attempt at Talent Path to give folks the in-demand technology skill sets, right? And we do that sometimes through the program directly, or sometimes after the program when we put them with a client, we do upskilling and the client helps mentor that and everything. So that's really interesting. So how did you mention Talent Path a few times through? If you had to sum it up into, you know, a phrase or a paragraph or whatever, how did Talent Path help you through that process of going from, hey, look, I've got the degree of contractor, I came in, and now you're doing what you're doing. What's the main, this is how Talent Path helped me?
For me, the main thing that Talent Path did for me is just your resources. There's no way while I was with Talent Path, I got to work at BP. To be honest, that didn't work out because financial reasons. Financial reasons at BP that
Sure.
let me walk. That was a blessing in disguise. I was a little bummed about it, but at the same time, I was a little relieved because I wasn't happy with what I was doing. And then Cisco came, and man, when I got there, I knew right away that that's where I wanted to be. There's no way I would have been able to get in. My uncle works at Cisco. He tried to get me in, and I couldn't get in, but because of Talent Path, I was able to get in. Once I got in, I could use my uncle's name. They're like, oh yeah, we know Mark, you know? So, I mean, it was a struggle in the beginning, but everybody's going to struggle. It's a new program. I didn't know how to do it, but it is what it is. And now I'm one of 3 security analysts in the United States. So I think Talent Path did a great job of getting me in. I'm going to be always thankful for that.
That's great. That's great. Well, we're thankful that you came through the program. I mean, again, you're going to go off and do all these great things and amazing things, and we'll hear about it, and hopefully we'll be able to say, hey, that's the guy that went through the Talent Path program. You remember him?
Yeah.
So that's good too. Well, congrats on your success. I hope that folks that see this and listen to it get a little bit more of information about what we're up to and how we could benefit them, not just from the consulting side, but from the client side. I mean, there's individuals like you all day, every day are looking for those opportunities, and they just need to be given those opportunities, you know. So employers, we're looking at them to hopefully partner with them and help them through that process to make sure that they do that. So, well, thanks for the time. How about one more thing? How about any advice for an individual who is potentially thinking about coming into the program? You mentioned you wrestled with it for a little while. Any advice for someone who's thinking about coming into the program? They're iffy, not quite sure. What would you say to them?
To be honest, I would say just do it. It's not the best advice, but it's advice for someone that went through it. For me, since I was the first one to go through it, it was very scary for me. There was no track record, someone for me to talk to. So if someone needs someone to talk to, they have most likely 18 or more videos for them to look at.
Right.
We're not actors making this up at all. We're just real life people working. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can add me and ask me questions if you want. Get my email, my phone number, and I'll let you know throughout the process of everything. And I'm here to help. I don't mind. I really don't.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. And all the people that are going to contact you appreciate that too. So
Yeah.
Thanks for the time today. Continued success wished upon you from me and all the Talent Path family.
Thank you very much. You have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye.